I like kinky women, but I do not like kinky fuel lines.
How y'all doing? I'm Big Al and welcome back to the garage. If you're new to the channel, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. We are back today with my 65 Chevy Corvair. We are going to get to the bottom of this fuel starvation issue. I don't know if you saw the short I posted. I basically started the engine up, ran it for a couple of minutes, and then it conked out. I disconnected the fuel line to each carburetor. They were both bone dry. Disconnected the main gas line to the dummy fuel pump. Bone dry. So that allows me to rule out the carburetors as a source of the problem. I was about that close to getting a rebuild kit. If you've been following my previous misadventures with the car, you will know I installed an electric fuel pump to try to eradicate the issue, replaced an inline fuel filter. Nothing has worked. The car will still run for a minute and then just conk out. So, here's where we're at. We're going to get the car up in the air. We are going to drain the fuel out of the tank. We are going to remove the sending unit, remove the sock filter. Since I have an inline fuel filter, the sock filter is really not needed. That could be clogged up. The next thing I'll do then is fire up the air compressor and blow out the fuel line. Hopefully we clear any blockages that could be in there. If that doesn't do it, frankly, I don't know what will. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's start by getting the car up in the air.
Okay, so the car is up in the air. I've gotten under it, and, well, this might be the problem right here. There is a big old kink in the rubber fuel line. So, we might just have to rejigger things, and that might be that. Okay, so transmission tunnel cover's gotta come off, unfortunately, to get at this thing. These are 11/32. Alright, so these tunnel cover bolts are actually 5/16, not 11/32. Had to dig around the tool chest to find the socket a little bit. I have gotta get organized. Got to. Lost some money and time to be disorganized.
A few moments later.
Alright, while I got you under here, I'm going to show you this. This is the shifter tube and linkage that I was alluding to earlier. This metal rod, right here is where the shifter is. And this metal rod goes back to the transaxle through this tube. There's plastic bushings from the factory that are in this tube to keep the inner rod from flopping all over, and they dry rot, crack, fall apart, so we replaced them with bronze bushings and with a kit we got from Clark's. It sounds simple, but it was actually a bit of a nightmare operation, but well worth it. Like I said, the shifting was very vague when I first got the car. After I did this job, it shifts like a bolt-action rifle. I strongly suggest doing it. So back to the fuel supply problem. Alright, so it is the next day. Time to get to it. This is, of course, a slotted, and I have a Phillips. We're off to a brilliant start. Alright, we're going to go ahead and drain the gas. I have a 5-gallon gas can sitting there. That should, along with another little 2-gallon one, be enough. I'm on half the tank, or at least that's what the, what do you call it, gas gauge says. Not sure I trust it 100%. A little hack for working on this bit of fuel line. Take your vice grips and clamp it so that the gas does not all come rushing out of it. That line is empty. Maybe it is the sock filter. Who knows? The shadow knows. Undo this little clamp here. That should be plenty. Alrighty. Love this light that I got from Harbor Freight. Can you even see what I'm doing? No, of course not, because this tripod sucks. And I knocked it over again. Oh, yeah, it knocks over if you look at it wrong. Doesn't stay tight. Oh, you piece of junk. Okay. You can see I've got the fuel line clamped. I'm just going to pull this off. Oh, man, there's just a million things in the way down here. Oh, bugger, this thing sucks. Creeper is a blessing and a curse. Okay, so we got gas flowing freely into that gas can. That tells me the sock filter is not clogged up. So I think we can vindicate that. What this is, but man, that's supposed to... There you go. A lot of gas fumes now. Better have the other gas can at the ready. Could I just take a moment to vent about how much these new gas can spouts suck? Just to pour this one that I bought, you have to push this thing here, then push in. They used to be so simple, but then the government fixed them. More proof that the government has the reverse Midas touch. There we go. It's coming out. This is just a cheap Walmart Scepter gas can that I purchased for this very project. I know I should be doing this on my driveway, but the car was already up in the air. You know, I bet my bottom dollar the kink is slowing things down. Nope, kink is out of the line. See the fumes. Not getting the flow I thought I would. Maybe it is the sock filter. Ah, jeez. Well, either my gas gauge is really inaccurate, or this thing is... There's another clog in here somewhere.
take the gas cap off and see what happens. I took the gas cap off and that happened. We're flowing again. Methinks the kink is not the only problem. So I've drained most of the gas out. Got a fan blowing to dissipate the fumes. My dad is right, I should have done this on the driveway. Oh, boy. Now we gotta figure out a way to keep this thing from kinking again. Alright, so we're idling. I reconnected the fuel line. I'm trying to just burn up what's left in the tank. Alright, it's later in the day. It's not quite so hot. I managed to remove at least some of the kinks from this fuel line, but now we have a new problem. It droops down too low, and if there's debris in the road and that gets snagged, that's not good. So let's get that taken care of. I think the best course of action here would be to take some of the excess slack out of this fuel line. Now we come here from the sending unit, where my hand is now, to about here. The problem is this is supposed to be metal to here. There was definitely some hackery with this car at some point in its life, but hey, it's 60 years old. I am not at all surprised. So let me think the best course of action here. Alright. Let's move the light. Love this Harbor Freight light of mine. Here, right, this hose clamp is the end. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vice grip again. This guy right here. Clamp the fuel line so that it doesn't leak. Dump gas all over the place. Alright. And my flat blade screwdriver is not here. Okay, so I got the screwdriver. I'll see how much slack I can take out of this fuel line. Well, now it's on like Gibraltar. Probably shorten it to about here. I could probably... Well, shoot, I really don't want to have to take that vice grip off. If I do, fuel is going to gush out of there. Yeah. Let's hope that just by putting my finger over it, I keep the gas from spilling everywhere. Come on. Oh boy. Rocking a hard place here. Alright. Oh shoot. Did not want that to happen, but yeah, it did. And if I short this, I would say I could take off an easy 2.5 inches here. Right about there. Remember, folks, you can always take it off, but you can't put it back on. It's my motto. And the thing about this is, you know, this should take the kinks out. You know,
I like kinky women, but I do not like kinky fuel lines. And my arm's right in front of the camera, so you're not seeing any of this. But commentary, you know, there, that's better. Sometimes I forget that when I make these videos, people actually want to watch them. Can't imagine why. Okay. Because the camera is in the way. And now doing this semi-blind. Ow. There's the line. Bring this up too. There we are. That's it. Now, as you saw, I started the car up and it was just running beautifully earlier. Now, I wonder if while I'm under here, I should put some kind of chain lube on the clutch cable. Now, since I got it open. Because taking this tunnel cover off is a major pain in the posterior. Alright, let's see if she leaks. Take the vice grip off. It's good. I don't think you can see it too well from here. Let's get the light. Now it's kind of flush. It makes nice smooth curves, no kinks. I think we're good to go now. We can probably button this all back up. Let me just do a little research about lubricating this clutch cable. Alright, since I don't have a compatible lubricant, I'm going to go ahead and forego that particular task for now. I am going to go ahead and just get the tunnel cover back on. Get things buttoned up. Just check and make sure that there are no kinks in here. No kinks. Nope. There you have it, folks. Turned out the problem was just, well, it was twofold. First, the replacement gas cap I bought was causing a vacuum and not allowing fuel to get into the lines, and second, the fuel line was kinked. I've remedied both those situations. Hopefully that's all it takes to get this beast back on the road. I certainly would love to do a trunk or treat with it this year at Halloween. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you'll take a moment to please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next installment.